Hi guys, Funky here, Skill Street Garage, and today's little project is this Unimog. We're going to change it from the police SWAT unit to a Gaslands unit, and this one's going over to America to a buddy of mine, Mike Hawkins, who does a lot of Gaslands gaming. So we'll begin by drilling it apart. Just digging out a 3mm drill or 3.5mm drill. I just look what size post it is and take it from there. Doesn't take long to get these apart, especially with having the plastic base. You don't have to drill them out completely because you can pop it off over some of the actual rivet, and then later on when you put it back together it literally clips back on again. Here we go, we've got it apart. There's the windows, we don't need them. There's the exhaust stack, and we don't need that. That's going to get in the way of what I want to do. So now that's apart, we can remove the tampos. As you see there, I'm using a 2K automotive thinners. It literally just wipes it clean off. Now instead of those windscreens, we're going to put mesh. This is some 3D printed leftovers just from making the raft underneath when I was printing something. It works perfectly for this. It looks absolutely fantastic. Just looks like a nice heavy armoured mesh. So it looks perfect in the end. Just marking out where I need to cut for the angle to get it in there. And it sticks in nicely with a little bit of CA glue. So I'm pretty new to all this Gasland stuff. I've only done a few little pieces, but this one I wanted to do for Mike, just say thank you, because he's an absolute inspiration spirit. He's great. I chat to him more or less every day on Facebook, and we bounce off each other's with ideas. So I'm just adding some paint just to get rid of all this horrible blue. And like I said there, black is always a good base colour. Using a blowtorch there just to dry the paint off quicker. This is a very quick build. This was extremely quick build. Had a few little breaks from it, but came back, just good, went over to coffee, etc., and then come back to it. And in the end, it took just come up to two and a half hours from start to finish on this one, which worked out quite nicely. Now put it all back together. As I said, using the plastic bases, that tends to clip back together as well. But I'm just going to make sure it's secure using a little bit of CA glue just to cap off the rivet posts, painting them over so they're not obtrusive. And now I'm just giving it some weathering. Just using just a general dark brown colour. This is not expensive acrylic. This is quite cheap acrylic. This is just poster acrylic. That's all it is. And you'll see there I'm painting up a jib, This is going to be a post-apocalyptic recovery truck. Just scraping away the paint there just to make sure that the adhesive has a good key. I asked Mike if he had use of a Gaslands recovery truck, and he cut back to me and said, "Well, of course." So that's what we're going to do. Just using some 2-part 10-minute epoxide resin. Stinks to high heaven, but it's good stuff. This is. I prefer using this than super glue, to be honest. I think it's a little bit more robust. And now we can make some canopy supports because I want to put like a tarpaulin on there. So all I'm using is paper clips. Just bend them to shape so that they fit in there. Give them a quick paint before they go in. I won't be able to get to them later, so it's basically just so that I don't forget. Memory like a sieve these days. And once again, these are going to be secured in using just a little bit of the epoxide. I know the look as I'm actually going for. It's all in my brain. Once the hoops have dried, we can do a little bit more weathering. A little bit of metallizing on this crane part. Pardon me. Just dulling it down there because it was a little bit in your face, a little bit too bright. Problem with Gasland stuff is trying to work out where do I finish with the weathering. You never know when to stop. Now for part of the weathering is the good old trick of using the water and salt. Paint on the water and then sprinkle on the salt. Let it dry out before you spray it, and then when you rub it off, the rust or the patina shows through. Mixing up a little bit of pale blue. I actually forgot to video the actual spraying of it. I do apologise, guys. I was a little bit too engrossed in this one and I just completely forgot altogether. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I could say I lost the footage, but I didn't. I didn't even make it. Just touching in the overspray now and adding a few little bits of extra weathering here and there, just so that when the salt rubs off it still looks a little bit more natural. Now just repainting the wheels on the back where I totally shot them with the overspray. and once again just dried it off. You can tell it's winter time. It's a little bit chilly, so the paint dries a little bit too slow for my likings, especially if it's a flat paint. I cleaned it off and it wasn't enough weathering for me, so I decided, sorry, I'll go back in. Just adding some runs there. Just touching in here, there and everywhere, just little bits where I thought rust would have occurred, but I'd missed. And now we're making the canopy. All I'm using here is blue roll tissue. Slightly cutting it down to size. And this is a mixture 50-50 of white PVA glue and just water. Scraping away some of the excess. But I want this to look old and tattered. Just poking it in at the minute so it looks like it's been tucked in. And the beauty of using a cocktail stick for this is it's quite sharp if you need it to be. So it's ideal for making the frayed parts and the holes, etc. So just trying to make it there look like it's actually perished and drooped in the sun, etc. And then once this goes off, once the PVA dries out, this canopy becomes quite hard, quite solid, and it's well attached. It's actually still wet, but I'm just going to paint over it anyway because the air can get to the other side to dry it out. So I wasn't really too fussed about waiting. I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I've done it before and it worked out perfectly, so I thought I'll give this a try again. I haven't done it on this scale. I've only done it on 1/10 scale up to now. I admit it's a lot easier to work with the larger scale, but I think this adds fun to it, doing it in 1/64th. And just adding some darker areas there, and adding a little bit to the tyres just to make it look like it's kind of deserty on the tyres. They're not going to be perfectly black. There we go. I was really happy with that. And now the final piece. So all trucks have a battering ram on the front, so this is one that I 3D printed. Just to fixing it there with a bit of CA glue. And now just a quick touch up of the paint. the last touches now. I was having to check there, see if if it looks okay with some little 3D printed drums on there. You'll see the pot on the left. It's just Gasland stuff, wheels, engines, and fuel cells and things like that as I've printed out. So here's the recap of what it looked like before in the police SWAT unit with its lovely blue tyres. It's a nice truck to start with, to be honest, and I'm sure many kids love them. I'm sure actually many adults have these on their collection list as well. And here we go. This is what it looks like now. The post-apocalyptic Gaslands recovery truck. I hope you like it, Mike. I absolutely love it. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you like it, guys. And gals as well, because I've got a few female followers now, which is quite nice. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to all my new subscribers and all my old ones as well. And I hope you're having a lovely Christmas or a lovely holiday if you're not a Christian. And this has been an absolute fun build, and I've been wanting to do this one since I picked the actual truck up, and I knew straight away what I wanted to do. So this has been a great one. Like I say, I hope you like it, Mike. It's going to be making its way over to you in the new year to join your collection. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you all soon. Remember, I've got the Battle of the Blades on January the 1st with Jim Silver.